Jai Hind students, welcome to online class of Sri Ram Public School. In the previous class, I will explain chapter 18, area of trapezium. Now today, we start chapter 19, three-dimensional figure. Three-dimensional figure, 3D shapes. It means length, breadth and heights also. Clear? 3D shapes, height also involved. In the first topic is a solid object having fixed shape. Object having fixed shape, it means shape is fixed and size and occupying fixed space are called the solids. Solids occur in various geometrical shapes. These shapes are known as the three-dimensional figures. For example, like cube, cuboid, etc. Cube, cuboid, cylinder. Clear? Now, next is the faces versus edge of a three-dimensional figure. Every solids we use the faces versus edge. Then what is the faces versus and edge? Faces, each flat part of solid, flat part. Each flat part of a solid is called its faces. Clear? Now versus corner point, that is the versus each corner where their faces of a solid meet is called its vertex. Faces meet. Each corner where their faces of a solid meet is called its vertex. Next, the plural of the vertex is the verses. Vertex bole, that is the verses also. Edges, the two faces of a solid meet in a line. Two faces. If two faces meet on a line is called the edge. Where the faces meet on the line, then line is called the edge. Line is called the edge. Now, every solids have number of faces, edge, verses, different number of faces, edge and verses. Like cube, if cube has 6 faces, 12 edge and 8 verses. Clear? And cuboid also same. Cube, cuboid both having the 6 faces, 12 edge and 6 faces, 12 edge and 8 verses. Both in cube and cuboid both having the 6 faces, 12 edge and 8 verses. Then this is a similarity in the cube and cuboid. Then what is the difference? What is the difference? But cube faces are square base faces. Cube faces all are equal faces. Cube faces are equal. Cube whose length, breadth and height are equal. Cube length, breadth and height are same. But in cuboid is solid bounded by the 6 rectangular faces. Both having the 6 faces, but these faces are rectangular. Cuboid की faces कैसे होंगे? Rectangular होंगे. Clear? Now move on the next topic is versus clear, edge clear is the prism. A solid whose two faces are parallel, plane, polygons and the side faces are rectangles is called a prism. Prism, it means two faces are parallel. Two faces are parallel, plane, polygons and the side faces are rectangle. Side faces are rectangles is called a prism. Next is the triangular prism. A triangular prism is made of two parallel end faces. Two parallel end faces. Triangular prism also is made up two parallel end faces. Each one of which is a triangle. Each one of which is a triangle and 3 lateral faces, each one which is a rectangle. One is a triangle and 3 lateral faces, each one of which is a rectangle. One is the triangle and one is in the lateral faces, one is the rectangle. Now, faces of the triangular prism, this is also in the exercise student in the every solids, learn the number of faces, edges and vertices. In the Euler's formula, we apply the number of faces, edges and vertices only direct given the solid's name, and if the depend on the name you find out the faces, vertices. Clear? Any two, three things given and other you find out the with the help of Euler's formula. Then learn the number of faces, edges and vertices. In this shape, in the triangular prism has two triangular faces. Before few seconds I was explained. And how many? Three rectangular faces. Two triangular faces and three rectangular faces. How many vertices? 6 vertices. 6 vertices and how many edge? 9 edge. Clear? Now pyramid. A pyramid is a solid whose base is a plane rectilinear figure. A pyramid is a solid. Pyramid is also a solid whose base is a plane rectilinear figure. Plane rectilinear figure and whose side faces are triangles. Side faces कैसे होंगे? Triangles. Having a common vertex, और उसमें क्या होगा? एक common vertex होगा. Called the vertex of the pyramid. उस vertex को क्या बोलेंगे? Vertex of the pyramid. Clear? Different types of pyramids here is the square pyramid, rectangular pyramid and triangular pyramid. How many types of pyramid? 3 pyramids here given. First is the square pyramid and second is the rectangular pyramid and third is the triangular pyramid. Clear? And in the faces, vertices and edges again different. Clear? In the like square pyramid, it is a solid whose base is a square. इसका base क्या होगा? Square होगा. And whose side faces are triangles. Side faces which type? Triangles having a common vertex. Before few seconds I was explaining common vertex. Clear? A square pyramid, how many vertices? Square pyramid, 5 vertices. A square pyramid, 5 faces, one which is square faces and other rest 4 are triangular faces. One faces are square and other are triangular faces. Total 5 faces and 5 vertices. Edge, 8 edge. How many edges? 8 edge. Square has 8 edge. Square pyramid has 8 edges. Now, next is the rectangular pyramid. Rectangular pyramid. It is a solid whose base is rectangle. That base is square and this base is rectangle. It is a solid whose base is a rectangle and whose side faces are triangle. That side faces similar. That face also triangle. This face also triangular. Side faces are triangles and the base is rectangle. रेक्टेंगुलर पिरामिड में बेस क्या होगा? रेक्टेंगल होगा और स्क्वायर पिरामिड में बेस क्या होगा? हमारा स्क्वायर होगा. हैविंग कॉमन वर्टेक्स. सेम प्रीवियस टॉपिक में भी हमारा क्या था? बेस क्या था? अरे वर्टेक्स हमारा कॉमन था एंड इसमें भी हमारा वर्टेक्स क्या होगा? कॉमन होगा. एक कॉमन वर्टेक्स, इट मीन्स ओनली वन वर्टेक्स. 5 वर्सेस, सेम नंबर ऑफ वर्सेस एंड फेसेस, 5 faces, 1 rectangular faces and 4 triangular faces. Number of faces also same and number of edges also same, 8 edges. Clear? Next is the triangular pyramid. It is a solid whose base is a triangle. Now this base is triangle. This base is triangle. अब triangular pyramid का base क्या हो गया? Triangle. Square pyramid का base square. Rectangular pyramid का base square. Not. Square pyramid base square. Rectangular pyramid base rectangle. Square pyramid base square. Rectangular pyramid base rectangle and the triangular pyramid base is triangle. I repeat again, square pyramid base square, rectangular pyramid base rectangle and triangular pyramid base triangle. Clear? It is a solid whose base is a triangle. इसका base क्या होगा? Triangle and whose side faces are triangle. All are triangles and side faces also triangle having a common vertex, only one vertex. Clear? Now number of total vertices, here only 4 vertices and 4 triangular faces. In triangular pyramid, 4 vertices and 4 triangular faces. 4 vertices. In square and rectangular, 5 vertices, but in the triangular, 4 vertices, and in the square and rectangle, 5 vertices, but here is only 4 rectangular faces also. And in the square and rectangle, how many edge? 8 edge. But in the rectangular pyramid, how many edges? 6 edge. In triangular pyramid, 6 edge. In triangular pyramid, I repeat again, in triangular pyramid, 4 vertices, 4 triangular faces and 6 edges. Clear, student? Now student, exercise 19a, only some fill up type questions and some MCQ type questions given. Then it's the only summary based questions. Clear? So now again learn the all definitions and solve exercise 19a. Clear? And 19b I will continue in the next class. Thank you everyone.